Welcome to another beautiful morning up here in far north Queensland. Look at this morning. Dude. The weather the last couple of days has been magical. So, we're actually cruising off the farm this morning. I'm heading out with Jody. We're off to Wild Vanilla in the Tablelands up near Malanda. It's a vanilla farm and we're going to pick up some vanilla products. Jody grows her own vanilla and then these guys actually process it for her. So we're going to go pick up a few things. It's vanilla syrup, vanilla beans.
Vanilla beans and vanilla extract.
Vanilla extract. There we go. So it's a beautiful day as well and we'll get up in the Tablelands and show you around there, see what this farm looks like.
This year I ended up with no beans on mine because of all the rain that we had last year.
Yeah, okay.
The vanilla bean loved the rain, but when it's every day, and you're pollinating flowers around that November to December period, October, November, December,
yeah.
Then if you're getting rain, it just knocks the flowers and knocks the pollen, they don't stick. So then you get low pollination rates and then the bean sort of ends up falling off later on. The beans that do develop end up growing, but if then we get more rain, then they end up just falling off and don't develop. So I ended up with nothing this year.
Yeah, right.
Which is a bit of a pain for production levels, but Wild Vanilla still had beans because they're on the Tablelands, and that's the beauty about having buying off other growers. We've got, when I have a good year, they might have a bad year because of cold, because they're up on the higher ground.
Yeah, I imagine it would get bloody cold up there.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different up there. They're growing, I always my flowers come on first, and then there's flowering comes on a little bit later because they're in a cooler climate.
Yeah.
And then there's another grower as well that they've got that they buy vanilla bean off as well.
Yeah,
so
okay. Well, and are they in the Tablelands as well?
They're on the Tablelands as well.
Yeah, right. So does Wild Vanilla do flowers too, or it's just vanilla?
No, just vanilla.
Yeah,
No.
So they don't have that problem then of the...
So I'm lucky enough that I can substitute income with, the flowers, and the vanilla is my second offshoot of income.
Spewing, you didn't get any this year then?
No, but we're going into an El Nino year, so a drier year.
Yeah.
So hopefully the new shade house that I've planted, which is 100 metres, we'll get that cleaned up in the next few weeks and get some fish emulsion on.
So you're hoping that should be coming through this year then?
That will start flowering this year.
Yeah, okay. And when does it start to flower then?
Around November, October, November,
okay,
we'll start seeing.
Right, like when it's
sometimes sometimes September, depending.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, hopefully.
There's a dry, wet season.
Our first year we pulled, the plants were only 2 years old, and then pulled 40 kilos off the plants. So that was really good.
Wow. 40 kilos of beans.
Yeah, of beans off the plants, which was really good. It was, still small to what they're supposed to be producing. That was really good for the first year.
Yeah.
And then the following year, we should have doubled that into 80 kilos. I think we got 60.
Yeah.
And then last year, we got nothing. Or this season, we got nothing.
Yes, pure.
So we're coming on to they're 5 years old, we're coming on to our third flowering. This year will be our fourth flowering. But our third flowering, we got nothing.
So it's amazing, like when you come up into the Tablelands from down where we are in the rainforest, and like how quickly it changes when you're up here. Like already now, there's just fields with cows, and like the landscape is just like completely changed again. And it's only been like 20 minutes?
Yeah,
something like that. We've got about an hour and a half to 2 hours until we get there, and I'll get the drone up and show you guys. But yeah, if you can see,
there's our mountain. That's where we live.
Yeah, so that's Bartle Freer over there, and that's where we are with the farm, right at the base over there. It looks like we're super far away already, and then we're coming around the back of the mountain.
Around the back of the mountain to nearly like at the back of the mountain, basically.
Yeah. It's a beautiful mountain, no matter where you look at it.
Look at that, there's the mountain in front.
It's just such a beautiful road. So up here in the Tablelands, there's actually quite a bit going on. I mean, they've got tea plantations, coffee, cattle, they've got all the fruit trees and stuff.
Yeah, so blueberries.
Oh,
There's
yeah?
a big supply of blueberries up on the Tablelands.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Strawberries, potatoes are up near Ravenshoe, up in Herberton.
yeah, potatoes, okay.
Yep, heaps of potatoes, corn. Yeah, it's like the food valley
Yeah,
of
yeah.
North Queensland. So yeah, it's a beautiful, big agricultural area.
Yeah, and it is. It's so nice up here. It's just, yeah.
There's a few flower growers up here as well that are growing more so the chrysanthemums and all the different types of flowers as well.
Yeah, okay.
They can't grow the heliconias like we do, but
Yeah.
they can grow, because it's colder up here, they get
Yeah.
the cold weather.
Yeah, it does, and it's weird. Like, you wouldn't think up here in far north Queensland it would get cold, but up here.
Yeah, there's a rose
It
farm
does
up
get cold.
here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Roseborough Farm.
Yeah, okay.
There's a few lots of different activities up here for farming.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We primarily grow using the trellis system, and we're experimenting with different heights and different widths and all sorts of things like that. These ones on the right that are currently growing on trellises are here temporarily before we move them over to our new polytunnel system next door.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so this is Beck from Wild Vanilla.
Hi.
And yeah, we're just doing a walk through her little vanilla. What do you call it? A garden or
Vanillary
vanillary?
or vanilla patch.
It's absolutely beautiful in here.
It's
It's
rainforest
amazing.
vanilla. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah. And yeah, we'll just do a little bit of a walk and talk.
So we use the rainforest as much as we can to produce and produce the perfect climate for our vanilla beans. We try to keep it as organic as possible. Well, it is organic, 100% organic, but we use locally sourced organic mulches, fertilisers. The water is all local as well, so it's all taken from our bore or rainwater. So we try to keep our footprint as small as possible.
Yeah, beautiful. And yeah, it is definitely different to your setup, isn't it?
It is, and that's the beauty about working as a partnership, is that my climate's slightly a little bit different to theirs, so the time of growing, planting is all slightly a little bit different, and our beans come in at different times, so there's a steady supply of beans
When you need it.
When it comes to curing.
when it comes
amazing.
to curing. So yeah.
And it gives us a good heads up as well to know. We can say, hey Jodie, how are your beans coming along? And we know how many weeks behind we are for production as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
flowering.
Yeah, and so I think you were saying there is another vanilla grower up here. Is that right? Or
There was, yeah.
so there's only three of these up here?
orchids.
Yeah, so there's quite a few little pockets of growers in the region up here.
Yeah, okay.
Only a few produce commercially. I think statewide there's around 16 growers, 12 to 16 growers we've been able to connect with and identify.
In Queensland?
In Queensland.
Yeah, okay.
So it's definitely an emerging farming industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Hey, mate. So this is the dog Scout,
He's
Look
on
at
bush
his
turkey patrol.
Bush Turkey Patrol.
So vanilla doesn't have many natural predators in the rainforest, apart from bush turkeys who like to come through and rake up all of our natural mulch that we have lying around.
Yeah, okay.
And we have bandicoots.
Yes, bandicoots.
yeah,
and chickens.
right.
And our little dinosaurs that
Yeah.
like to head down there and
The
scratch up.
dinosaurs.
Scratch up the
Yeah.
roots.
And so the bush turkeys, like, they don't eat the actual plant itself then? Like,
No, but they'll scratch up all the mulch and disturb the roots, which is what we don't
Yeah,
want
okay.
to happen.
Yeah.
So we rely on a lot of the natural canopy, the mulch from the natural canopy to maintain our humidity in here
Yeah, okay.
as well. And then of course we add additional composting mulches and things like that we source locally.
Yeah, right.
So the only other threat that we have to our beans are occasionally rats, so the wild rats, because we're in the rainforest, we get white-tailed rats that like to make little nests in amongst all the vines.
Yeah, okay. And do they then eat the actual plant itself as well, or they dig down and?
They like to nibble the new beans, just the bottoms of the new beans, and
wow,
some of
okay.
and another thing that took us by surprise is kangaroos. The kangaroos like to nibble on the new growth as well.
Yeah, okay.
So we have run just a wire fence around the outside to keep them out. So everything we're doing here, we're trying to keep minimally invasive, low impact.
Yeah, amazing. And it's like, when you say kangaroos, is it more wallabies?
Yes,
or?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we kind of use them interchangeably, really, don't we? We've got some beautiful new growth happening.
It's great new growth happening.
Sometimes I feel like vanilla farming is like herding kittens. You're like, come back. You're running away up the tree, come back.
Yeah,
Constantly training vines and putting them where you want them to be.
Yeah, because otherwise they'd just be going away.
Oh, they are. And you can see there's a couple we've missed that are climbing up the trees, and once they do that, you can't reach them. So,
We've got to do that in the next couple of weeks at home, is retrain all the beans. So we'll be doing that looping.
Yeah, okay.
It's called looping.
Yeah.
To train the beans to go up and down.
Yep.
And then the downward vine is what flowers.
Yeah, okay.
So once you've looped it over, then that vine, you tip it and then it will flower.
Yeah, cool. And what's the go with the milk container, the 2 litre?
that's just protecting our weather station from the elements.
Okay.
Nothing interesting happening there. But we do try to take a very scientific approach to what we're doing here on our farm. So we do collect a lot of data on the hydration of the soil, on the ambient temperatures, humidity fluctuations throughout the day, the light, the light levels throughout the patch at different times of the day as well. So we try to look after our rainforest, but also manage that to the best of our ability as well, and do that delicate dance to look after the environment, but also care for our plants.
Yeah, beautiful.
They have the same outlook as what I do, looking after the environment, as well as being able to grow a sustainable crop.
Yeah.
So
Not destroying the place.
not destroying the
like
place.
everything else.
Yeah.
And doing it successfully.
And so the pink tape?
The pink tape, we started doing that this year to identify where different growth points and beans were coming out, but I just have to remove them now. That's from last season, so I've got to go through and remove all that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so as the flowering season begins, we tend to like to go through and mark where they are located on the beans, which makes it a lot more efficient when you're going up and down the rows for hours on end. You're not going to miss any beans miss any flowers, because every flower you miss is lost income.
Yeah, of course.
So they help grab our attention. They also indicate things that we might want to be watching, or we might be experimenting with. So we know that that particular colour or that particular location may mean this vine has some sort of growth pattern we're wanting to watch, or we're interested in. Because even though vanilla beans are effectively vanilla vines are effectively clones of one another, they're grown by just snapping off and creating new growth that way. They're not grown from seed or anything like that.
Yeah, right.
So in order to make more plants, we snap off growth and plant it again.
Yeah.
We do get some variation in the way that the leaves and the vines do grow. So sometimes we might have some unusual growth patterns, or we might get some double flowers, or we might get some interesting forking patterns or something. And so we like to watch that to figure out what's going on, what does this mean, how did this occur, is this something we want to replicate, or is this something we want to avoid in the future?
Yeah, cool.
We know in other countries that they tissue culture to get the same plant consistently. We don't do that here in Australia. Because it's such a small niche market that we're just replanting what plants are here already. So
and because it grew wild here originally then?
No, it was imported.
Right.
Yeah.
And to import it, how did they get it over here then originally? Wasn't by seed then, it's like cuttings, or how does it?
Yeah, it would have been by cuttings.
I'm
not too sure on that one.
And how long ago was it, do you know?
It was a number of decades ago. I know that there was a local grower who imported a lot of plants. I'm not too sure in what format he did that, and which helped kickstart the industry in our region. One of the things that me and my team are interested in is looking at the provenance of where these vines have come from and how are they growing and how are they changing from each generation to the next. So that's one thing that we're keeping an eye on and working on in the background as well. So we're trying to work out how do we maximise the growing potential of the plant with the space that we have in a way that increases the volume of beans that we can harvest but doesn't take away from the quality of the product or the quality of the growing conditions or the quality of the environment. So our research has led to us growing in trellises. There's lots and lots of different ways to grow vanilla, and some are better than others, and there's none are right or wrong. They just suit different people and different goals. But we are growing on a trellis system. We like to have them spaced so far apart in order to allow airflow. Otherwise, that if we don't have enough airflow, that then breeds mould and fungus and insects and pests. Especially up here with the sheer volume of water we get. So you will notice that some of our vines are starting to thicken up a bit too much. So we do need to go through and prune them out and spread them out, which happens periodically throughout their growing cycles as well.
How many times a season would you have to do that, do you think?
We try and do it about twice a season, go through, just do at least twice a season. And just we keep an eye on it. So I'm not too sure what the actual number is, but we'll do this little one, another little section another time. But it's all about ensuring that we get enough airflow, that we can reach all the flowers, that they don't get damaged as they're coming out, either because of because they're compacted. You'll see these ones that are growing in trellises waiting to be moved are really quite dense, and so it does mean that when we're trying to get into doing do flowers, we've got to really get in and search. And we don't want to have to do that. 1, for efficiency, 2, because it can damage the plants, and 3, as the flowers and beans grow, it can knock them off and all sorts of things.
And that's what's happened with our place this year, was that I didn't get the pruning done last year. So our beans there's so many and so compact that it needs to be pulled all apart, which we'll be doing over the next few weeks, and trying to thin it out to allow that airflow coming in. And that's why the fungus got into our plants at home in the first shade house. So just not enough airflow through.
So for all their resilience, they're a bit delicate, aren't they?
They are a bit delicate, like all farming.
There are 3 main types of vanilla beans that are actually commercially viable in this industry. One is the vanilla tahitiensis. I always say that wrong. The other one is a vanilla pompona, which is not actually grown in Australia yet. And they grow big, fat, short vanilla beans. And the other one is, I just got a mind blank, planifolia.
Planifolia.
If you'd like to refilm that, that'll be fine. So you've got the tahitiensis,
the planifolia,
and the pompona,
which I didn't know about.
Which is not grown here, and we're trying to source it, but it's not.
Oh, really?
We've got the bourbon, our
planifolia.
Plants, planifolia, which originally came from Papua New Guinea. So that's where I got my stock from, not wild vanilla, from Broken Nose Vanilla, and they had brought stock in from Papua New Guinea.
So people can grow them at home as well. The techniques, and of course, will be a little bit different to what we're doing on a large scale. But they're very doable at home.
It does still depend on where you live, right? Or
most people in the tropics can grow them because they can plant them in bathrooms. Like even down south, you can have a vanilla vine growing in your bathroom, so you get the humidity.
That makes sense.
People in Sydney, the plant specialists that are, that love plants will put I've seen them in bathrooms with the humidity and the misters and the heat lamp and a lot of people, when I'm selling the vanilla at the markets, every second person in Cairns has got one in their backyard basically asking how do we grow it, how do we cure it, how do we do this, because that's a whole other
of course
thing. But they can grow if you look after them like any plant. try to grow roses. We can't grow roses where we are, but there's one house in Innisfail that grows beautiful roses. So, because she, is passionate about it. So,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can grow anything anywhere as long as you're passionate about it.
Yeah. Having that chat with Beck was just amazing. She is a wealth of information and had a lot more to say off camera as well. It'll be great to go back there. She actually invited me and Abby back anytime we like to come and stay on their property and to learn more about what they're doing up there. After that, me and Jody we were going to go check out Gallo and have some cheese and chocolate, but they were actually closed. So we ended up making our way over to Mungalli and had a beautiful lunch in there. And Mungalli actually stock the wild vanilla products as well. So they stock quite a few things actually, which is amazing to see all local farmers and local growers. Locals just helping locals and stocking local stuff. That was just a really great afternoon to tie off the day after going and speaking to Beck and just having such a good time up there in the Tablelands.
Mungalli is a biodynamic dairy which makes all of its own yogurts and cheeses and milks. We stock the milk in our B&B. It's the closest that you can get to having real milk and real cheeses without, having all the processed stuff.
Yeah.
They do great food.
Yeah, it was really good. And the milk is good. The milk is great. It would be good to try more products and stuff. I'd like to keep going back there. We need to bring Abby up here. She'll love that too. And then now we're just heading back to the farm to unload the vanilla products. We got some vanilla products in the back here. Okay, we're back at the farm, back at Jody's farm that is. And this is all the vanilla products that Jody got from Wild Vanilla. And what do we got? Small vanilla syrup?
Yes, so we've got vanilla syrup, we've got large vanilla syrup, great for coffees and on cakes and smoothies and all that sort of stuff.
Yep, and vanilla extract.
We've got a couple of different types. We've got vanilla extract with sugar-free, so basically made with alcohol. So this is the one that most people can make at home by using just a vanilla bean. So if you split a vanilla bean, cut it up and put it into a small jar and then put a vodka or a white alcohol spirit and then put it away in the cupboard for 6 months, you will end up with extract.
Yeah, right.
So that's one very simple way of making extract. I always make your own because it's nothing like making your own vanilla syrup. But if you don't want to make your own, we have.
Yeah, of course.
So there's big bottles and there's little bottles.
Yep. And Jody stocks that in the Airbnb and on her website as well.
And at Rusty's Markets in cans.
Yeah, okay. And you got the vanilla beans.
The vanilla beans, yes. We're lucky enough to get the last bean pods from the last season. So these bean pods have been cured for 12 months.
Yeah, okay.
Or just over 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it's going to be a very quiet season next season because we're obviously had a bad year. But yeah, we managed to score some vanilla beans off Wild Vanilla. And yeah, so my products, they buy my green beans and then they mix them in with their green beans. We've all got to be organic.
Yep.
And yeah, then they turn it into beautiful products with all the food tech science that Lex does. He's pretty smart on the food tech side of it.
Lex being Beck's dad, right?
Yes, Lex.
And Beck did say that if I wanted some more information, it'd be great to talk to him, but he wasn't at the property.
No, but we will introduce you to Lex because he is a world of knowledge when it comes to the curing side of things and getting this product to be exactly the same every time you buy it. The complex flavours and all the technology that goes into making these products, it's not just a 5-minute job.
No, of course, and to keep it the same consistently would be so hard.
Same consistency as well, to have the syrup, to buy this syrup and know that it's the same syrup that you're buying year in and year out.
Yeah.
So there's lots of technology that goes behind all the food technology that goes into this. But yeah, we can bring that to you as the season progresses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll get to show you guys more and more on that, as with everything on the farm and off the farm. It's actually a few days later now, and I'm just in my office editing this video and really enjoying it. I haven't enjoyed doing a video as much as this one for a while, actually. I mean, I enjoy every video, obviously, that's why I do it, but this one, it was so much different to what I've done before, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed it too. I'm going to do more of these, a lot more, of going and speaking to people on their properties and just talking to them about what they do on their properties up here in far north Queensland, because there's so many interesting people and things going on. I've already actually organised to go and speak with a couple of extra people, so yeah, stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed it, guys, slap that like button, tickle that subscribe, and join me up here for more adventures in far north Queensland next week. Cheers, guys. See you then.